Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory unto Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Akakwalash, the balance unto the apostles and the elders of great men, so not surely do well, no peace and blessings unto Akim, and throughout the four corners of the world, spreading this doctrine, this gospel, with this good news, with all sincerity, and with all diligence. This is Matana from Trinidad Camp West, in Trinidad Camp West. Coming to the Spirit and the power of the Lord, to do our next video to edify, the flock of the Lord, which are men, and for the few sisters out there that may be listening, hope you all be edified. I'm just going to do a quick little lesson here. I'm going to entitle it, The Death of the Righteous, is a stumbling block, unto the wicked. The death of the righteous is a stumbling block unto the wicked. And I'm going to start with this first precept here. This is Revelation 12 verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." So what this statement means, what this verse means, it means that those that dwell in the land right about now, woe unto you, destruction unto you. Destruction is coming your way. But them that die and pass on in the heavens, they had to rejoice, because of the destruction that's gonna take place on this land very soon. It says, "For the devil is come down unto you," which we all know the devil is, the Idumeans, biblical, Edomites. It says because he knew that he had but a short time, and especially in these times, where having, an abundant number of chariot sightings, and they even bringing out the fact that UFOs exist, or they started to change it from UFO to UAPs, which means unidentified aerial phenomenon, because they can't describe, how it works, the physics of it, the technology that these ships possess. This is a phenomenon to them. But we know, the men of the Lord know that they are just vehicles for the angels, which are much more powerful than these ships that Esau have. These these shit that Esau have. Nevertheless, them that die and pass on, they rejoice. The righteous that die and pass on, they had to rejoice. Even though they sigh and cry for the Lord, to avenge the death of the saints, or the blood of the saints, they rejoicing, because hell, is coming unto the inhabitants of the world, through the plagues that the Most High Yahweh is gonna send through his sword, Esau, and even by his angels and the chariots, And when I read this precept here, Isaiah 59 verse 1, I get a clear idea. So like 59, 57 verse 1, I get a clear idea about what the video is about, because we go out there and preach, and when we die, Jake said have in their mind, they might come out and say it, but them, or even some of them come out and say, but the idea is a good riddance. When one of us die and pass on, it's like, a good riddance unto them. We wasting time, it's like our life didn't matter to them. Or like our life didn't contribute to this world. Obviously, our life wouldn't contribute to this world, because we are not of this world, And they will be celebrating that. They will be happy that, we would have one less voice to hear in the streets when the week come. This is Isaiah 57 verse 1. It says, "The righteous perisheth, and no man like it to heart, and merciful men are taken away." But this is not what they consider, but none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. Just like the Lord promised Josiah, I think it's in second select Chronicles 33. So 34. Second Chronicles 34 and 28. The Lord made a promise to Josiah when he told him of the destruction that was to come upon the land of Judah. It says, "Behold, I will gather thee to thy fathers, and thou shalt be gathered to thy grave in peace," because Josiah was a righteous king. It says, "Neither shall thine eye see all the evil that I will bring upon this place and upon the inhabitants of the same." So they brought the king wood again. And then the king made a covenant with the people and the Lord, and put away all the graven images and such. But the Lord already had destruction plan for those, for the land and for the people. But when he said unto Josiah, he not gonna cause him to see the evil that he gonna bring upon the land. So back in Isaiah 57 verse 1, it says, "The righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart, and merciful men are taken away. None consider that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come." When we preach this, ultimately our family have us down as madmen, waste of time, just picking up space, the typical bullshit that they speak about us, because we don't want to be in we don't want to involve ourselves in the evil that they involve themselves in. So they speak bad about us, and they end up hating us. So when we die, or when any of us die, they will be like, it didn't really matter because it wasn't really making any sense. But they're not considering that we've been taken away from the evil to come. Here the scripture said in Revelation 12, "Rejoice ye, therefore rejoice ye that are in the heavens, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, because destruction coming." It says, "He shall enter into peace, and they shall rest in their beds, each one walking in his uprightness." Look at Revelation 14. And 13, it says, "And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them." So the ones that pass on, they be rest from the labors, and it says their works do follow them. They're going to be rewarded when Yahweh shall return. They're going to be resurrected, and they're going to be rewarded according to their works. And they're going to inherit our crown eventually. And at the same time, they're being spared the judgment to come upon the land. So they see these things as light things. They see these things as just another death, just another madman die, or just another one of them preachers die. But they're not studying that evil days coming nigh, and the Lord saving some of his men from going through that peril. Even though a lot of us had to go through it, a lot of us had to be tested by it. They're not considering that the evil days coming near. or the evil days are upon us. They're not considering why these men are being taken away. Because as I said before, we are nothing in their sight. Because they don't see the relevance of going out there and preaching. They don't see the relevance, of serving the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And read this is Psalms 12 verse 1. It says, "Help Yahweh, for the godly man cease it, for the faithful fail from among the children of men." And the men that speak truth, now growing in abundance, but yet still is a very small number in comparison, with the number of people living, with the number of Israelites living. It's a very small number that the Lord gonna save, and then some of us gonna become martyrs. Some of us gonna gonna die before that Jacob shovel reach. Like brothers who passed on before. But they're not gonna consider it, as scripture said, they're not gonna lay to heart. Is Ecclesiastes 8:11. It says, "Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him." Yeah, you're watching at the ones that doing evil, and living, long. So they think that, it didn't make no sense when you have Hashem Yahweh Shai. They don't think that it have any relevance in going out there and preaching, have any relevance in serving the true and living God, because they see men doing whatsoever they want, and they living long, or as the scripture said, the days being prolonged. It says, "Yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him, but it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not before Yahweh." And their days not really gonna be prolonged, because once they die, they're not gonna inherit that glory that we're gonna inherit. They're not gonna inherit that eternal glory and eternal peace and eternal rulership that we're gonna inherit, and eternal powers that we're gonna inherit. Understand? So they watch things at face value, they don't watch it at a spiritual level. I was saying that it is a stumbling block unto them. They're seeking after the things of this world, so they're gonna seek a long life in this world. They're not gonna seek the Lord, because with the Lord, you're not gonna inherit, you're not gonna be blessed with much treasure in this kingdom. But that is what Jake seek after. Read this in Malachi 2 verse 14, verse 17. It says, "Ye have wearied Yahweh with your words, yet ye say, wherein have we wearied him? When ye say, everyone that doeth evil is good in the sight of Yahweh, and he delighteth in them, or where is the God of judgment?" Because men not being killed as soon as they perform evil. Men doing all sorts of abomination, and they see in your eyes, like it's like they're being blessed. It's like they're becoming richer and richer, and they're becoming more more powerful in this world. But the scripture says, yeah, these are the ungodly that prosper in this world, because the Lord given them their portion. The Lord given them their consolation on this side. Chapter 3 verse 14, it says, "Ye have said it is vain to serve Yahweh, And what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before Yahweh of hosts? And now we call the proud happy, yet they that work wickedness are set up, yet they that tempt God are even delivered. But what? Yet shall I know that it shall be well with the godly, that fear before him. Not because wicked men days are prolonged, that means that they are blessed. That means that the Lord, sleeping. That means that the Lord, not gonna do anything about it. Lord know how to, as the scriptures say, keep the godly from temptation, and to deliver the godly from temptation, and to reserve the wicked until the day of wrath. That is exactly what the Lord doing, reserving them until the day of wrath, until the day of his judgment. They're not being spared, their lives being prolonged until the judgment come. There's Habakkuk 1 verse 13. It says, thou art of pure eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devour the man that is more righteous than he? The Lord not gonna look. The Lord not gonna look on the unjust dealings of the wicked forever. No. As I said just now there, he's just reserving them for his judgment day. But let's read this last precept here. I don't want to read after this one. It says Job 21 verse 7. It says, wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, and mighty in power? Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, neither is the wrath of God upon them. So these things, even Jeremiah prayed and asked about that. How the wicked prosper. How the wicked prosper, and and the Lord planting them and not plucking them up. Even as the Lord told Abraham, the iniquity of the Amorites are not yet fulfilled. That is why he didn't destroy them when he gave Abraham the promise. But when the time was come that the iniquity was fulfilled, then he carried the children of Israel into their land and destroyed them. You understand? So we just had to wait until the Lord, ready to do his thing. It's all based on the Lord's timing. As the scriptures say, vision is yet for an appointed time. Appointed time, the time is set. It's not gonna come before, it's not gonna come after. You just had to wait on that specific time. This is bring this last precept in. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 1. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seemed to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace. Understand? So in the sight of the unwise, it seemed to be sad, but in all realities, it's better to be with the Lord. It's better to be taken away from the destruction to come. It says, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. Though it might look like we're being crucified, or we're being persecuted, we get stoned to death, or we got shot to death, or we were stabbed to death, or our head we will be headed. It looks like punishment in your eyes? No. It's not punishment. It says, yet is there hope full of immortality. The Lord gonna give us back our bodies. The Lord gonna give us back even better bodies. Understand? So they thinking that we dying is misery or destruction. No. We dying and going into peace. We being saved from the troubles to come. We're actually going to be in a better place when we die from what the people living on this land are gonna experience. Because as I said, hell is coming to this place. We are already in hell, but even more hell, even more destruction, even more chaos, even more uncertainty and distress is gonna come to this place. So with that, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great military that surely do well. Peace and blessings unto the Arkham, truly folk unto the earth. Until next time, I say Shalom.